Hey there, everyone. What is going on? As always, I'm Bobathan, and welcome back to another episode of the Cold Takes podcast. We are actually recording this right after we just released last week's, because we recorded last week's really late, and then by the time I got it edited and everything, it went out today. So you'll see this one like 2 days after the last one.
No, it's going to be out tomorrow, so a day after the last one.
Okay, I'm down for that. It will be out tomorrow. I will edit it in between exams. But as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts Meekwell and Zach. And I think there's just one thing we need to talk about, and that is who's going to
Addison Rae cheating on Bryce Hall.
I thought they were already broken up.
Olympics, but neither of those are what I was going to say. The real thing is the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight that happened earlier this week, or I guess late last week. However you want to refer to it. And we have to talk about what a disaster that event was. It was atrocious. And as Zach said, it might be the worst event ever.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was so hard to watch. I couldn't. The
fact that we collectively, there was like 7 or 8 of us in a Discord call, watched 4 hours of this. Yeah. 4 hours of this event. We saw 4 fights in 4 hours. Don't get me wrong. The UFC delays a lot of stuff for their fights. Their fights take forever. But at least you're seeing 5 solid fights in 3 to 4 hours. This was not that.
Well, we got a slap fight too. So
the slap fight, let's be honest, the slap fight was the best fight of the night.
Was one of those guys the guy that got knocked out by Logan Paul?
I don't know.
From the slap? I don't know.
I couldn't hear it. I had it muted. Oh no, Roy was streaming it at that point and Roy had it muted.
No, I had it unmuted. I was listening.
Oh, I couldn't hear
Ric Flair was just going, woo!
Yeah,
the whole time.
Flair. Okay, first of all, Pete Davidson was the star of that show. And the fact that no one really clued in on Pete looking at Jake and being like, doesn't this man have sexual assault allegations? He should be in jail.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see anything about that until the day after. So funny. But the show was a disaster. We'll start with the first fight, which was Raycon. He makes headphones and he's a reggae performer.
No, he doesn't make headphones.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Ray J.
That's Ray J.
Yeah.
Oh, and he fought. Well, he had never fought before, and he fought an 8-0 boxer. Got knocked out. That was the first fight, and we're like, sweet, this is going fast. There'll be another fight soon. Nope. We then watched performances. We watched performances from, how do you say it?
Saweetie.
Yeah, Saweetie. Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, the Mount Westmore, which was a pretty cool concept. What they're saying is the Mount Rushmore of West Coast rapping. Don't know if I completely agree with everyone on it, but it was a cool concept. Their performances were all okay.
Sweetie's was terrible. Sweetie's was awful. Are you kidding me? She didn't even. I swear she wasn't even rapping. They just played the song and.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they just had a bunch of good-looking girls out there dancing.
Her performance was almost as bad as Ben Askren's. That's all.
Well, and then did we get the second? No, we got a slap fight before we got the second fight.
Yeah.
And then, so there was a slap fight commentated by Pete Davidson and Ric Flair. Never give either of those men a live mic. Pete all night people thought he was struggling. I don't think he was struggling. I think he just didn't know what the fuck to say because, first of all, he made a comment right away of, I need to fire my agent for hiring me for this, which was hilarious.
I'm sure he caught a bag. I'm sure.
I'm sure. We'll talk about that at the end because we got to go over the capital for this event. But yeah, we got this slap boxing match that was probably the best fight on the show. And there was some good slaps. Pretty cool.
Well, that guy kept moving out of the way every time he went to get slapped. Otherwise, he would have been knocked out a few slaps earlier.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. But I still think it was better than any of the boxing matches. Then we go to the second fight of the night, which was again two randoms. They weren't boxers. Oh, it was what was his face from UFC? Why can't I remember his name?
Yeah, he put on some weight though.
Oh
Frank
Mir.
Frank Mir fought a boxer and
Steve
lost.
Cunningham.
Yeah, lost by decision. That was a good fight. It was actually a good fight. I enjoyed it.
Steve Cunningham dominated him.
Yeah, it was probably the only good boxing match on the night. And then we got more performances for another hour. So Doja Cat performed. They did a lot of stuff with the commentary booth with Mario Lopez and
they were lit. They were lit. Commentating booth was lit.
So for the Frank Mir fight, Oscar De La Hoya was there. Yeah. One of the greatest boxers of all time. Up there at least. And never give this guy a live mic ever again. Pretty sure he said the word baby about 90 times. Everyone on the commentating booth was high except for one dude, and he reiterated that a lot over Twitter that he...
Yeah, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. No, Snoop wasn't even commentating that fight. He just disappeared.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that fight was good. But they had a weird commentator booth where everyone was high. But then we had more performances with Doja Cat, and I think she was the only actual performance in that hour. But the commentating booth did a lot of stuff. We had a backstage interview between Pete Davidson and Ben Askren, where Ben basically just tried to intimidate Pete, and then they became cool, and it was weird. The whole event was weird as a whole.
It was terrible.
It was
awful.
But I think we moved to the low part of the night, and the absolute low part of the night in the first real boxing match of the day between two people who are competing live and still competing. And we got to the third round or the fourth round, and this guy eats a punch to the kidney and goes down and says he got fucking punched in the dick. And he ended up getting
the way you explained
he ended up getting stretchered out, claiming he got low blowed. We watched the hit or the punch probably 15, 20 times. Nowhere near a low blow.
No, it was a clean punch.
And
I think there might have been something else wrong with him from
earlier.
Yeah. Well, that's what Zach said. I had people saying maybe he ruptured a kidney and that shot just sent it out. But
because there's no way he would have.
Well, he was still claiming a low blow, and his girlfriend was on the other side swearing at the other guy, saying
he was clearly hurt. He was clearly hurt. I just think he was wrong about where he got hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he might have felt the pain lower, but the punch was clearly higher.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like there was the only thing I saw was he had one fist up and the other was down low. So I could have seen that maybe the guy, I don't even know who was fighting. I can't remember their names. The guy that threw the punch might have like hit his glove into his own area and he hit himself there. And I understand that hurts like a motherfucker, but it definitely was not an intentional low blow.
No,
it wasn't even an accidental low blow. It wasn't a low blow at all.
Which is crazy because apparently in the UFC card, there's echo. Apparently in the UFC card, there was a low blow as well, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see? Did you see the D'Amelios almost gave the belt to
the wrong person?
The wrong person.
That's so funny.
Dude, they were not paying attention at all.
We forgot to mention that they were giving away the belt at the end of each fight, which the belts look like dog shit.
Yeah, the Triller belt. They look like those, like, you can get belts online and you can, like, customize them. That's what they look like.
Yeah. And then we move on to another hour of performances, which teased a performance from Bieber. Nothing happened. They started talking about how the fight was going to start. And then Justin Bieber did perform a 4-song set, which was really good.
Was pretty good. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. Always support
Thought
Bieber.
They should have actually advertised it, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. The audio quality on all of them were trash, though. They were hard to listen to.
Yeah. And
it could have just been our stream.
No, because like Roy and I were watching them on our own screens because we were streaming it to a group of people legally. Totally, we paid $50 for it.
Yeah.
But on the stream itself, the quality of video was good. The audio still sucked. The audio was awful everywhere. I think it was just the Triller camera work and stuff. They hired a horrible camera crew.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't see the fight at all half the time, and
it was just a poorly run event in general.
And then we get to the main event, which was crazy. Roy did win our bet. Jake Paul knocked out Ben Askren, who afterwards people were just pouring videos of Robbie Lawler dummying Ben Askren for like 3 minutes on the ground, and Ben Askren still won that UFC fight. There's a lot of speculation that Ben Askren dove. I'm not here to make any calls on it. The punch looked legit, but I've also spent 20 of my years alive watching professional wrestling, so like it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't. But Jake Paul won via knockout.
He didn't take a dive.
Man,
Ben can't fight. He can't punt. He can't throw fight. His stance was terrible. He got caught. He obviously wasn't hurt. He wasn't hurt, but he took the mandatory 8 count. I just don't think he knew the rules. I don't think he realized that after you take that count, like it's the ref's decision. And so the ref was like, listen, he's taken 5 or 6 big shots already. He's not really fighting back. He doesn't look good at all. He's like, I'm not trying to have this guy get seriously hurt on my watch. So he's not a boxer. He's like, I'm going to call this fight. I would have done the same thing. It's not UFC where you can take where it's till he's
you're dead. Yeah. Dana White will let you die. They
stop fights in boxing. Yeah, they stop fights in boxing, which is what you want. So
I will say again, like you said, it was very clear after the event Ben Askren was not hurt. He walked out laughing with his wife, looking perfectly fine. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people think he also threw, because he sat there laughing, walking out, knowing he just secured a couple $1 million. And yeah, I've just seen a lot of people online speculate that it was a dive. Again, I'm not going to say it was a dive. The shot looked good. It looked like a hard hitting shot. I think the most important question here is, who's next? Who is next for Jake Paul? He called out Tyson Fury's little brother. First of all, who is a boxer. He is undefeated, but when you take the records of everyone Tyson Fury's brother has beaten, it's something like 2 and 210.
And he stopped boxing to go on Love Island.
Yes. But here's my thing. Tyson Fury's brother clearly boxes. He has boxed before. And if you think that Tyson Fury, arguably the greatest boxer in the world right now, if not the greatest boxer in the world.
Greatest heavyweight, not pound for pound. He's probably like 5 or 6 pound for pound.
If you think he's going to let his little brother go in a ring and lose to Jake Paul, their fight camp if that happens, Fury's fight camp's going to be 6.5 months of just his brother beating the shit out of him to get him ready for Jake Paul. Because his brother, he's not having his brother
Tyson Fury's never really walked in the ring in great shape, so.
Which is crazy, too.
Except maybe for the Deontay Wilder fight, he definitely shed a lot of weight, but all his other fights.
And then Wilder wore what, like a 300-pound outfit out and said that caused him to lose?
Yeah, no. He got outboxed. He got outboxed in the first fight, he got outboxed in the second fight.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. He wore that huge, like, Triple H looking outfit and then said that his outfit weighed too much and it wore him down on his entrance, and that's why he lost.
Yeah. I mean, Deontay Wilder's not he obviously he can box, but he's more of like a fighter. Like he usually gets his ass kicked the whole fight and then just absolutely knocks.
Unloads.
Like he's got a crazy right hand, and he caught Tyson Fury with it in the first fight, but Tyson Fury got up. So
well, now that monstrosity is over, let's talk about the overhead. So you had Snoop Dogg, Mario Lopez, and Pete Davidson as the 3 commentators throughout the show. The 3 main commentators. Mario Lopez, probably $500,000 to $1 million. Snoop Dogg, I'm gonna say between $3 to $5 million.
I don't think there'd be anything because I
was gonna say I'm pretty sure he owns ownership in Triller, right?
Yeah, he invested in it.
Yes. which we'll get into because that is a major issue. But so Snoop Dogg would be free there. Pete Davidson, again, more than Mario Lopez, but between $1 to $2 million. It's my guess. Then you gotta get to all the performances. I don't know how big Sweetie is. I know
she's got one of the biggest songs.
Okay, so I'm gonna say she's probably between $3 to $5 million. And then Snoop probably performed for free.
I don't think it'd be that much.
You don't think it'd be that much? 2 to 3?
No. I mean, you got to look at how much artists make when they do their own concerts with way bigger venues.
That's fair.
And it's like huge venues, like artists.
I'm willing to bet they spent somewhere between 10 to 20 million on the concerts, somewhere in that ballpark, probably around 11 to 12.
I'm gonna disagree. I think Bieber alone is gonna be between 5 to 6 on his own.
Yeah, okay, for him 5 to 6, but then everyone else probably totals like maybe 5 to 6.
Okay, fair. Yeah. And then
Dixie D'Amelio and Charlie D'Amelio caught a bag for just standing there.
I don't think they did.
Oh, they caught a bag.
They have a partnership.
They're partnered with Triller. They have to be there because when they thought TikTok was going down in the U.S., they signed a major deal with Triller.
Yeah, I think all the TikTokers have
backup plans,
all the big ones.
Smart. I give them credit. They secured the bag, but now you just had to sit there for 4 hours. I'm sure they enjoyed the concerts. Well, the ones that were actually performed, not just the dances from Sweetie. But still, they had to sit there after securing the bag and watch. So, and clearly, as you said, they were not paying attention to the show.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were like making TikToks and stuff like backstage.
So I'm gonna say the overhead. Well, once you have performances, plus you rented out the Mercedes-Benz Center in Atlanta. I believe that's what it's called. It might have a new name because they just rebuilt. But you rented out the Atlanta Falcon Stadium for whatever reason. I don't know why when there was no fans. Imagine if you were a fan and you paid for that, and you went live.
Oh man, I would have left.
But do you think this sets a precedent going forward for Triller if they run events like if they get the Logan? I don't know who has Logan Floyd and if it's even going to happen.
I don't think it's going to.
If they have Logan Floyd,
I don't think they have that one. There's no way. There's no way Floyd would do it with Triller.
I mean, Mike Tyson did.
Yeah.
So Mike Tyson's a little weird. So
yeah.
That's so Floyd. Floyd's kind of weird too.
I mean, Floyd's pretty smart with what he does.
Yeah. Oh, he's in terms of business, he's the best boxer there ever was.
Yeah.
Everything around him, not getting hit, just catching bag after bag.
And then to wrap it all up, let's look at the official sales for this event. They sold 1.5 million buys of this event. 1.5 million people paid $50+ to watch a 4-fight card, one of which had no professional boxers on. Which had 2 professional boxers on it, and 5 shitty concerts and 1 okay concert from Bieber.
Didn't you say the Black Keys were good too?
I forgot the intro by the Black Keys was probably the best part of the show. It was the best musical performance by a long run, and Bieber's was would have been close to it if the audio wasn't absolute garbage. Gibby actually asked me which song a song was because he couldn't understand the audio. And Gibby listened, and Gibby's like, "Oh, I like this song. Why does it sound different?" We had to explain to him that A, it's live, and B, the audio quality was just horrendous. I think overall, Jake Paul secured a bag. Good for everyone who ran that event. Congratulations. $75 million generated. They're probably taking home between 40 to 50 of that. Congratulations. No one's ever going to pay to watch it again.
I'm saying Triller took home less than 40. I'm saying I'm saying Jake Paul probably got a hefty percentage at the door, so did Ben Askren. The pay-per-view sales, I'm saying, including all their overhead, they probably took home 30, then
30?
taxed.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think they'll ever get the number of pay-per-view buys they got for this again. Especially if it's a Jake fight. Good for Jake. I hope he keeps
I think
fighting.
people want to watch Jake.
Yeah,
people
I think this fight is...
Yeah.
I think they want to watch Jake, but I think if they got to go through the bullshit they went through, I don't think nearly as many people are buying.
Yeah, but nobody knew that event was going to be like that anyway, because they didn't advertise anything.
Exactly. Going forward now, I think if it's not advertised perfectly down to a T, I think it's going to be the same thing. I think you're going to have way more people illegally watch it than shell out the $50+ to watch it.
Yeah. I wonder how many people watched it illegally in total.
I'm sure there was at least 10 million viewers of the event. Yeah. Everyone was tweeting about it.
Well, there was nothing to do that night either.
There was UFC.
Watch the other UFC card
which was a free card. Yeah,
no one big was on it, so it was like
you had wrestlers, you had celebrities, you had YouTubers, you had everyone tweeting about this. It was the most popular thing in the world for 4.5 hours. I don't know if that also had to do with the fucking disaster it was.
Probably.
I know that Pat McAfee said he fell asleep through it, and that he missed the end fight because he was so bored of what was happening.
Yeah, it was absolutely horrible.
We missed one of the best NBA games of the year.
Did we?
Between the Celtics and the Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good?
Yeah.
Curry dropped, what, 49 or something?
Yeah, and then Tatum
dropped 44?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. To watch that. I mean, let's be honest with each other. We probably would have just been playing video games. But it still would have been better than that. I would have had more fun playing Forza high as a kite for the rest of the night than watching that.
I want to know, Tanner, what made you think Ben Askren was going to win that fight? Having watched Ben Askren fight in the UFC.
My whole
and
thing
watching
was,
his striking, what made you think he was going to win
that thing? And Roy agreed with me, and I'm pretty sure you agreed with me too. We never thought Ben Askren was getting knocked out.
Well, he didn't get knocked out. He got a TKO, but I didn't think he was going to sleep at any point.
Exactly. We all thought it.
I didn't think they were going to stop it after that. I didn't think the ref was going to stop it there either because Ben looked fine, but
yeah. Do you think, without going into it, I think you agreed with me that it was most likely going to decision? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I didn't think Jake was going to try and knock him out. I thought Jake was just going to stay behind his jab. But I think once he realized how bad Ben was in the ring, he was like, oh, okay.
So that was my whole thing. I thought that my thought process was, sure, Jake will come out swinging, and it will go 3 or 4 rounds, and eventually Jake will get tired, and that's when Ben will start to perform. And that was my thought process the whole time. I didn't think he was going to go in there looking like a 85-year-old grandma from the 40s, according to Snoop Dogg, which was what he said. And I didn't think he was going to look like that. And I mean, whatever. I take his joke apology. Like, Roy and I cashed on Top Shot. We just exchanged our shares there of what we were getting of the card. I don't really lose in the long run or really care. I just expected a better showing from one of the greats currently in MMA. He was 19-0 up until he got kneed to oblivion by Masvidal. Maybe that's what ruined him. Masvidal just ruined his confidence.
Well, he was just a horrible striker anyways. Like, it had nothing to do before, after the Masvidal.
But then the glass jaw.
Good fighter.
Yeah.
Puncher. But
he's a phenomenal fighter.
Yes.
He's not a good striker.
Yeah, not a good striker.
But again, I said,
I saw he had that weird stance at the start, and he ducked one of Jake Paul's punches and caught Jake Paul with like a little hook, but it was like the softest hook I've ever seen, and I was like, oh, it's done.
Also,
Jake shook it off, was just like, what the hell?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Askren gave a fuck about this fight.
Oh no, he didn't at all.
Yeah, I think he knew he was securing $1 to $2 million to go in there, eat a punch or two. Again, I still think he thought he was gonna make it all 8 rounds. And that was all of our beliefs. But
well, he said in an interview, he's like, if he's really good, he's gonna beat me. But I don't think he's that good.
Yeah.
Which is like Jake's shown like Jake can. I think Jake now shown that he can box and he can fight. Like, he looked like he could box in in the fight, so I was like, I don't know.
Someone said he should take on KSI next, and
I think he kills. I think he destroys.
I think he murders KSI in the
ring. KSI can fight, but he can't box.
Yeah.
I mean, that one would be big though. That fight. And,
they would make so much money.
Yeah, it's just whether KSI does it, because I think it's KSI that's the one that wouldn't want to do it.
It's crazy now how many like streamers are coming out and saying they wanna get in the ring. Like both
there's
Tim
no
and
influencer streamer that's getting in the ring with Jake Paul right now, and maybe Logan. Maybe Logan, if Logan's actually been training for the 3 years like he says he has. Maybe, but I don't know. But Jake just looks so much better than everyone else. You
got Tim, Nick, Tifu, and XQC have all. Tim said Tim said he would get in the ring for $500,000, and he didn't care who he fought. Nick Merckx would be scary in the ring if he trained. But
isn't he fat?
No,
Nick Merckx. I don't think he's very athletic.
That's my thing.
He can lift weights, but he's not athletic. He's very bulky. He's short and fucking really bulky.
Yeah, Tifu. I think Tifu's just saying that to try and get a fight with Ninja because he wants it. And Ninja has expressed that he won't be doing it. And then XQC has also challenged Ninja to a boxing match. And said that
would be funny.
That would be good. Yeah.
And said that it would be a stepping stone if he can beat Ninja. He'll challenge Jake.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No shot.
I will say there was one FaZe member that tweeted a photo and he was shredded.
Oh yeah,
and said
nothing though means nothing.
Well, and I'm pretty sure he also boxes because he said nothing like, "If you want a real boxing challenge, you'll fight me."
I think he did some Actually, I don't think he did MMA in the past, but the one guy on FaZe did MMA and taught him some stuff. I don't think he's has much experience, or he might it might be jiu-jitsu.
Here's the thing. Ben Askren just proved it doesn't matter where you're trained, because Ben Askren is one of the best wrestlers on the planet, and he's got
a bad hip and stuff now. But
So
I don't know. A lot of people want Jake to fight an actual boxer, and I'm like, look, this is what a boxer looks like with 3 years of training. An actual pro boxer that Jake's gonna fight is gonna have 100 or more amateur fights plus their pro fights.
He's fighting Cormier next. He said, "Okay, fat boy, so me versus you."
Question is, who would win that? Could DC win?
Probably not, but I mean, he's so much bigger. So much bigger than Jake too. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think DC wins that.
Yeah.
I don't think the MMA guys know how, understand how boxing works too. Connor kind of did.
Connor's right now, and I'm not counting all the guys that were boxers before going into MMA, but Connor right now is the biggest UFC threat to Jake that he's called out. I don't think Cormier would beat Jake.
He called out Nate Diaz. Diaz called him out. And
I think Diaz would eat him alive.
And Tyrone Woodley called him out.
Tyrone Woodley.
I mean, Woodley got fucking slapped at the last event. We watched that. Zach just said this man needs to retire. Yeah. He got slapped.
He was great for a while, and he. There's only so many times you can just keep stacking up losses where in fighting it gets to your head. It's you gotta just call it off. The same thing with McGregor. He's stacking up so many losses now. It's
if McGregor loses, I think if McGregor loses to who's he fighting?
Poirier.
If McGregor goes and loses to Poirier, I think he takes the Jake fight. I think if McGregor loses to Poirier,
they'd make so much money.
For sure.
No, he'd have to win it to earn the Jake fight.
Well, that was the best after the first. I'll give Jake credit. We talked about this while watching it. Jake talking fucking sucks. I can't stand listening to him. But I will say he cut a hell of a promo on McGregor after McGregor lost to Poirier when he's like, "Wait, your bitch ass just lost? I'm rescinding my $1 million offer. You're gonna pay me to fight me." I'm like, you know what, Jake? That one was good. I'll give you that. But
Yeah.
man dropped a freestyle at the event too.
Oh, it was terrible too. How many times did he say he was the problem child? Like 6
Oh
or
my
7.
God.
It's not a good name too. I don't know
No,
why.
it's fine.
No.
Like he's like, I swear in his rap too, he was like, oh, they call him. He called himself the problem child, and then he called Ben Askren a child. Like 2 bars later, I'm like, which is it? Are you the child or is Ben the child? Like I don't understand this.
and here's the thing. I knew Askren was losing the second Ben Askren walked out to Funky.
We want the funk.
Yeah. As soon as he walked out to that, I'm like, Ben's losing. I'm like, I just didn't say it out loud. I'm like, this man doesn't give a fuck about this fight.
That's his name though. He's like always
Yeah.
been funky.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Reddit troll, which is so funny. I read about it in his AMA. He did a good AMA, and then he got his ass beat. So, no,
Yeah.
overall, like, I know we just spent, 25 minutes talking about the event? Still a goddamn disaster.
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next one.
Well, okay, here's the thing. If they get Connor,
They get
people are going to pay
Smeagol
for
on
it.
it. They get Smeagol on it.
We are training every day in Smeagol's basement for his boxing match. We're not releasing the opponent yet. But it's happening.
Smeagol verse. What's Gibby's YouTube account name?
Yu-Gi-Oh! In 4K. I would love it. I would love it because he sits there and calls Roy short all the time. Yeah, that's the fight. Book it.
Well, Gibby thinks as long as you're taller, you win in a fight.
That is Gibby's philosophy, that if you are tall, you win in a fight. So.
I mean, it helps, but.
Yeah, sometimes the reach can be a big deal, but yeah.
Yeah. But that was our review of the horrific event that happened this weekend. I'm going to pass it over to Smeagol to discuss the NBA.
Moving on to NBA. I don't really have much. I kind of forget what happened during this week. I'm pretty sure there was some things that happened.
There was that game.
Yeah, the Celtics Warriors game, a really good game. Kobe matched Kobe Bryant with 10 straight games scoring 30 or more.
Steph matched Kobe. Yeah,
you said Kobe.
Steph matched Kobe. And in the last 10 games, he's averaging 39.9 points.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
So Steph for MVP?
He's not going to get it because the rules change every year on if you have to be in first place or not. Like, But I don't know. He's not going to get it, but he should definitely be in the conversation.
Where is he in the listing right now, Roy? Do you know?
I can check. I think he's top 5 now.
Too. But
yeah, I know you picked him. I mean, I hope he wins. Good for him, man. He's carried that team for so long.
He is 9th as of April 16th.
He carried them with KD stuff.
KD's a faker. He's not even good. I can name 4 better players in the league right now.
Go.
LeBron. Steph.
Injured.
No.
Oh, I just mean in general. LeBron, Steph, Giannis, Kawhi, and Harden. Those are
wrong. The Nets are way better when Harden plays. They have a losing record without him.
Yeah. Harden's better than Durant.
That's why, though.
Yeah.
Better than Durant.
I don't know what assistant coach said it was anonymous, but some assistant coach said they find it a lot easier to defend the Nets when all 3 players are on the court because they have no spacing. And so they just find it easier than with role players that know that they just have to sit in the corner for the entire game and hit the 3 when they get past to.
That's so funny. No, but yeah, anything else big this week in the NBA?
Half the NBA is injured still.
That's fair. Any update on when LeBron is back?
He wants to be back.
Yeah, I don't think they're really worrying as long as they're still in playoff contention. Yeah.
Is AD back?
No, he's supposed to be back soon. Yeah, Drummond's
Drummond-
like out one game, then in the next
Yeah.
game, then out, then in, then out, then in.
That's fair. Yeah, it's crazy how injured it is, but I mean, I guess with the expedited season, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Is that not the right?
Expedited?
Expedited?
No, that wasn't the word I was looking for either, but that's the word that works best. Yes.
Expedited? That is definitely not a word.
Yeah, I don't know which one here.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it wasn't
what I was looking
expedited.
for. I don't know what I was looking for. But we'll keep going. Yeah. If it wasn't for the quick season, I think there would be a lot less injuries.
Yeah, I think Van Fleet said something too. Like this is the like most impure like season of basketball there's ever been, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly true what he said, but I mean I kind of agree. Like everyone's injured.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of this whole regular season has been kind of bad. Like it's not like enjoyable to watch. So it's basically like if everyone was resting 24/7. So, I don't know. I'm excited for the playoffs though. Should be interesting, but the regular season I just don't care about.
Yeah, playoffs should be good.
I don't think anyone really cares about regular seasons anymore. I just find it's just not something anyone gives a fuck about anymore, and everyone just wants the playoffs now.
LaMelo was cleared for practice.
Oh yes, that was
Wasn't
one of
he
my
supposed to be
ones.
out all season?
Yeah, I think he just broke his wrist. So what is that, like 4 weeks or something like that? Till you get your cast off, and then
Yeah,
Are they in a playoff spot?
I
Yes.
believe so. Yeah, they're
at
eighth
the
right
very
now.
least. Yeah, I was gonna say at the very least to play.
So yeah, they gotta play in though. Gotta win their play-in game.
So what is it? 8 through 12 are in the play-in game, or 8 through 10?
I think it's 10, right?
7 through 10.
7 through 10. So the Raptors are in a play-in spot right now too.
Yeah, if it was right now, it'd be Heat versus Raptors and Hornets versus Pacers.
The Pacers. That's not an optimal matchup for the Raptors right there.
They could take the Heat if everyone's healthy. They could take them.
If both teams are fully healthy,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Van Fleet locks down Jimmy Butler. Siakam locks down Bam.
Sure.
Tyler Hero goes
No,
0 for 30 for the series.
It'd be OG locking down Jimmy.
Yeah, no, Van Fleet. He's gonna be on defensive first team this year.
Max. It's gonna be Van
He's actually a
Vliet.
really good defender. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, especially for his height. He's only what, like 6 foot or 6'1"?
Yeah, I think he's like listed as 6'1", but he's probably like 5'11", 6 foot.
That's fair.
None of the listings are right. If you ever look at an NBA listing, they're all
lies. They had to fix them though. Was it like last year or 2 off seasons ago? They actually had to measure everybody again, and everybody's height changed by like 2 or 3 inches.
That's so funny.
Everyone who was 6'10" was all of a sudden 7 foot, or 6'9" was 6'11". Like,
because KD's height has always been wrong. He's been listed shorter.
He never wanted to play center, so he's always just same with AD. AD did that too. You know, he's clearly 7 feet tall.
Yeah, AD hates center.
Yeah, I mean, and Ben Simmons is like, Ben Simmons says he's like 6'8", but he stands like eye to eye with Joel Embiid. It's like, come on.
I think he's listed at 6'10".
How tall is
Simmons?
Embiid?
7 foot or something like that.
7 or 7.
So why do they want it? Why do they want it lower?
Because they want to play certain positions.
Like, so can you not play that position at that height?
You can, but when you're growing up, if you say like if you're like huge, they're gonna try and make you play center. And then once you get to the NBA, if you're like 7 feet, they're gonna try and make you play center. If you don't want to play center, then you lie.
That's fair.
Exactly.
No one wants to play center anymore. No one. They all want to be point guards.
I'll play center. Sign me.
PJ Tucker did it, so hey.
Yeah. I'm only almost a foot shorter than him.
Jesus Christ. Okay, is there anything else big in basketball?
No.
Okay.
Wiseman's out for the season, but I don't know if we talked about that before.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that's all I
I
got.
don't even know who he plays for, so.
The Warriors.
Well, let's talk about something near and dear to Zachary's heart as we discuss the Super League.
A joke.
Explain what the Super League is to those of you who don't know and or care. It is soccer, and we will let Zach talk about it now because I'm slightly interested, even though I heard about it all morning while watching Pat's show. But I would rather hear about it from someone who watches soccer, whereas Pat McAfee does not. So, explain it to me, Zach.
Basically, the biggest clubs in the world with all the money, besides PSG and the two German teams, are making their own league, so they don't have to play domestic or European games anymore, and they can basically keep all the profits from those leagues instead of sharing it with smaller clubs, which will effectively ruin small, like domestic markets, like Premier League. Small clubs won't be able to make any money because all the big six are gone. No one's going to want to watch because they're going to want to watch the Super League. And it's weird because so they're basically just for greed, which means there'll be no more Champions League with good teams. Like no one will watch it, and they'll basically just play each other. Those 10 or 12 teams will play each other, and their idea is to like go around the world. So like and play games around the world, like go to like North Carolina or like Toronto or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But essentially, it's like screwing over all the other smaller clubs. They won't be able to make any money. There will be no more European, like those players won't be allowed to play in World Cups and European football, like Euros, anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's shitty. It's basically just teams being greedy and turning their back on the fans because this is not what the fans want.
I find it kind of funny that Germany didn't want to start their own league. Isn't that what they're known for? But
they have their own league.
Okay, Roy kind of got my joke with his.
I got your joke, but it was like that wasn't applicable.
Germany doesn't want to join the super group. Shocking. But yeah, that is kind of crazy. Though they had some soccer analyst on the show for Pat today, and he tried to equate it to the NBA, and he just said basically if the Nets, the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Warriors said, we're going to take the Bucks and the three other best teams in the league and go start our own league.
Yeah, and we're going to buy all the best players too.
Yeah. So that's kind of shitty. It will destroy small market games, which
it's also like basically saying like we get to play in the playoffs every year too. Like we don't have to try and make that. Like it would just be the same best teams playing for the there would be no chance, like no qualifications or anything.
I think Zach is getting yelled at as he's talking.
My brother's getting yelled at.
Oh, okay. Okay. They sound so similar. I don't know why your parents decided to go Mac and Zach, but
couldn't tell you.
But no, that's absolutely insane. That I mean, I guess you can't really be stopped out there. No one can stop them from doing this. I mean, they have all the money.
Yeah, so it's more so it'll be because the players don't want to do it, the coaches don't want to do it, the fans don't want them to do it, the media doesn't want them to do it. It's basically just the businesses that the owners that want to do it.
Yeah, but
so if the players' contracts end and they say we're going to go play for other teams, maybe take a pay cut or maybe go play for PSG or Bayern or something like that.
Do you see players such as Ronaldo, Messi, and
Messi's on Barcelona, but Ronaldo's on Juventus. They're both signed up for it, so.
Yeah, so do you think if maybe they come out and voice their opinion?
Players don't really have that much power in soccer. But, the best they could do is say we don't want to play for them, but like they're under contract. If they're under contract, they can't really. I mean, a lot of coaches, like Chelsea was having a interview with the coach, and the media stopped them from answering any questions around the Super League.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't, because they're all against it.
Is Chelsea one of the teams?
Yeah.
So, and you're against it?
I'm against it. Me and my friend Marco were talking, and we were like, honestly, because he's a Man United fan, they're signed up for it too. We're like, honestly, if they do this, like, we might just have to start supporting other teams because like no one wants this.
Yeah, and here's my thing for that: who's gonna give them a TV deal?
Oh, someone, 100%.
You think
DAZN to watch the 12 biggest.
You think
biggest
DAZN? Well, here's the thing: if no one gives them a TV deal because everyone's boycotting it, that could affect it. They're not gonna play the games without it being televised. That's never gonna happen.
Someone who's gonna if DAZN wanted it, like DAZN's gonna want it. Everyone's gonna want it.
Yeah,
people are gonna watch.
I do agree. I still think people will watch. I think it's going to be the same thing as the NBA and NFL when everyone said they were going to boycott it because of them supporting BLM or anything. So sure, you lost maybe 500,000 viewers. That's not a big deal to those leagues.
No, and also it's just gonna here's the thing is they're gonna make more fans because they're gonna be playing all over the world. The American fans and North American fans aren't gonna care. They're just gonna be happy that they get to go watch Man United play in like, I don't know, Vegas or something, or LA. They're gonna be happy they get to watch their teams play here now.
That's fair.
So, I don't know.
So that's the Super League. We'll move on to another topic that again I know nothing about, but we'll let Roy talk about so he gets to talk. Talk about F1 this weekend and the fact that it's coming to Miami, so it's kind of close to us, about 8 hours.
I mean,
Toronto.
There's a Canadian Grand Prix every year.
Is it
in Montreal? Yeah.
Ooh, do you think F1 goes to Montreal eventually, or is that?
No, it already happens every year.
Every year, that's what he was saying.
So I just assumed it was just Canadian racers.
It's canceled this year though because
COVID.
Yeah, no attendant or nobody can go watch, and then F1 said if you still want the race, you have to pay us $30 million because that's how much we're losing out on with no fans.
Jesus Christ!
So it's looking like it's not going to happen. It's supposed to be in Turkey instead. But exciting race weekend.
Yeah,
really wet.
I read all about it.
Lots of crashes. And
anyone hurt?
Nah, everybody was fine. Just Max Verstappen got the W. And
that's not the guy that always wins, right?
No, it's Lewis Hamilton. He started in first, and then Verstappen passed him on the first corner, and then later on Hamilton spun out. Was in 10th place.
Tanner being disrespectful, yawning.
Yeah,
no, I meant to cover my mouth in time. I had my hands on something else. Sorry.
No, he came back from 10th and ended up coming second. So that
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
Is it just
that good, eh?
It's a skill. That was one of my questions. But the next question is his car just that much better than everyone else's?
Yeah, right now it's Mercedes and Red Bull. Their cars are pretty similar now, so.
Yeah, who's Lando with? Because he was third.
McLaren.
And they're also nuts, right?
I mean, they're one of the better shit cars, but they're not going to win. A third place is amazing for them. They'll take that any week.
Yeah, I think I saw a commercial of Mercedes, and they were just when we do something, we do it right. Just like in the F1, we always win. I was like, yeah, these guys. They're trashing on, dunking on everyone because they win F1.
Yeah, I mean, they've won for 7 years in a row now, I think. So
they just dominate.
That's nuts.
The only thing I know about F1 I learned from Ford versus Ferrari. That's all I know.
I still haven't watched it. It's on my list to
watch. Wait, what'd you learn in that?
Oh, just that, how it works, from the movie. The Ford v Ferrari. What are you
Roy wants us to, keep telling me to watch Drive to Survive on Netflix.
Yeah, it's lit.
Is it an F1 thing?
Yeah, it's a F1 documentary.
Oh, I think I saw that. I saw it on there, but I didn't watch it. I'll watch it.
I mean, that's how I started watching. I watched that.
It's it's really 30 good. Seasons.
30 seasons.
So 3.
Oh, I heard 30.
It did sound like you said 30.
Oh, sorry.
It's never mind. I was maybe I'll watch one. No,
30. Yeah. That'd be wild.
What is it, The Simpsons?
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I watched Top Gear too, if that's anything. But that's just them driving different cars. It has really nothing to do with F1.
No.
Yeah, that's fair. I've never seen either, so. I think that's it for sports-wise. How are we on time?
18 minutes.
Okay, we're good to keep going. Zach, you want to hop into your takes?
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. For my first take, essential oils don't do anything. They just smell good. And this is coming from someone who uses essential oils. I just think they smell good. I don't think they actually do anything.
I agree, and I think some of them don't even smell good.
Yeah, some of them smell bad.
I don't know. Marissa uses them, and she really likes them.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I don't know exactly what they do, but
well, some of them some of them do different things. So like it'll be like, oh, if you have a headache, like put peppermint on. And every time I do it, I'm like, just smells like peppermint. My head still kills. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But it smells good, so yeah, I don't know. Okay, my next take. Russell Westbrook. Wow, Russell Westbrook's game still isn't conducive to winning. Like he's still not going to help a contender.
Oh no, he helps.
You think so?
When he gets a triple double, the team wins
75%.
Yeah, it's like 75 or 80% of the time.
I
think it helps. Stat. I mean, because you can't go up and get all those stats and it be bad. Like assisting is going to help out your team. Scoring, he's not always the most consistent with it.
I get it, yeah, but I think like he's so inefficient that if he has an off night because of the way he plays, it hurts his team. When he is obviously, if you get in a triple double, like your team's you're gonna play well. But because he's so inefficient, when he's not hitting shots and when he's not scoring well, he's like causing more problems, I think.
Yeah.
I love watching him play. He's one of the most entertaining players in the league. But I just think like if I were to want a point guard, he would be pretty low down the list of top point guards I would pick up.
Nah, I want him now on the Raptors.
Guaranteed championship sometimes though.
Yeah, he is. He's like the best player in the league for it. I took him tonight.
For fantasy.
Points.
Yeah, that's fair. Who are they playing again?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, see.
I was gonna say I should know that. I typed out all the picks. No, I don't have enough info to talk about it. All I know is he averaged a triple double twice for a season. So
yeah, which is insanely hard to do. And I think the stat padding thing people say is dumb. Like if it was that easy to stat pad, everyone would stat pad. Like
he's definitely
just
not
good.
Stat padding.
Yeah, he's not. Even if he is stat padding, it doesn't like.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah. It just means he's going to work harder to get more points and assists and rebounds.
Also, who cares? Like, he's on a shitty team. Of course, you're going to do that. Like, you're going to want to score. You're the best player on the team. But
yeah, I mean, I've got no problem with his. I don't think he stat pads, and I've got no problem with any player trying to stat pad. I don't care. Go for it. We kind of already talked about this take, but I said Steph is the MVP if we're talking about who is the most valuable player to a team's success.
Yeah, for sure, Steph.
Because LeBron's got AD, KD's got 8 people.
No, Harden's got 8 people.
Harden's got 8 people. I mean, you could say Giannis, but even Giannis has like a pretty good team around him.
Yeah.
Jokic has Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. when they're healthy. So Steph, like Draymond's not gonna help you.
I mean, yeah, he's not doing anything offensively, but he's great.
Like you take Steph off that. You take Draymond off, Steph is still going to give you a chance. You take Steph off, Draymond's not giving you a chance to win that game. He's great as a complementary piece to for your team, but he's not.
Yeah, he's not the star player. He's going to put up 5 points a night, and he might put up 0 stats, but
He'll be
good
effective, but
defensively.
he might have 0 stats. It's kind of like Dennis Rodman. Like Dennis Rodman would go like 0 for 0 from the field goals. Like he wouldn't take a shot, but he'd have like 30 rebounds or something. But he'd have like 0 assists, 0 points. So all he would do is rebound. Okay, my next one. Deep dish pizzas suck.
Oh my god!
I like deep dish.
To bring this up. A deep dish is awful.
Oh, they're disgusting.
I like deep dish.
No, so gross. There's nothing good about them. What's good? It's just all bread.
Yeah, that's what pizza is. It's bread with toppings on it.
Yeah, but it's more bread.
What's the other one that's more like soupy? Where it's like
soupy.
Yeah. No. It's just so much. It's like mostly sauce and very little bread. There's like a different. It's like the reverse of deep dish, where it's like, oh, I've seen pictures.
I've never heard of this. New York style is just like normal, isn't it? But
no.
I like deep dish. I like bread and I like cheese. Those are my two favorite parts of the pizza.
That's wild. The sauce is the best part for me.
I don't like the sauce
I actually like very little sauce. It's Chicago style.
Is that deep dish?
Isn't that deep dish? I'm pretty sure Chicago style is deep dish.
But they put a lot of sauce on it, I think, though.
Yeah, like
I've been to Chicago and the pizza was gross. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna get if anyone from Chicago is listening to this, and you.
I mean, the best pizza is the Lunchables.
Oh, nothing beats them. Lunchables in
the little like pita breads, and you put the sauce on it. Those are so bad.
The worst sauce.
But you get the chubby drink. Those are so
that's
good.
if you bought the big Lunchable. If you just bought the small one, it didn't come with the drink. Came with the pizza, like a Kit Kat bar, and
poor.
On it. Mom's a lawyer. I don't speak poor.
It was a joke.
This man.
I actually didn't really eat Lunchables that much growing up, so
you guys, you always told me you had a very healthy growing up.
Lunchables. Yeah, but we weren't allowed to have like pop or anything like that.
Yeah,
we rarely got a Lunchable, and then they had that Maple Leaf Foods had that whole
recall. Yeah,
recall, and I was never allowed to touch it again.
That's so funny. No, you can keep going. Deep dish sucks.
Yeah, deep dish. Roy's wrong.
Nah, it's good. It's good, and a whole city will back me up.
Well, we got the rest. Everyone else, you can have the one city. We've got everyone else.
I like all pizza though. So
yeah, pizza. I'll give you that. Most pizza is pretty good.
Most pizza is pretty good. Yeah. I just think deep dish is the worst out of those. besides the Lunchables ones. Okay. Pancakes are better without fruit or chocolate in them, like without blueberries or chocolate in them.
Okay, no, chocolate chip pancakes are the only way to eat pancakes.
I don't like chocolate chip pancakes. I like them plain or with blueberries.
I like them plain. I don't like them with blue. I feel like the blueberries get mushy and warm. I'm like,
here's my thing.
How I want to eat a blueberry.
I don't like pancakes really at all.
That's whack. But pancakes are good.
Pancakes are the third on the list of breakfast foods. We've discussed this before. It goes French toast, waffles, pancakes.
No, I mean French toast is the best, but I couldn't have French toast every day. It'd be one.
I couldn't have pancakes every day.
Yeah, but I could have waffles every day.
Yeah, but okay. Here, are you having Belgian waffles or are you having Eggos?
Just a regular waffle.
So Eggos.
I mean, the thing with waffles and pancakes is they're the same. Just for the waffle, you put it. It's a different shape.
No, pancakes are heavier. They're dense. Waffles are like.
No, you use the same
waffles
mix.
Are lighter and like.
Use the same mix.
Yeah.
Waffles are lighter.
Yeah,
pancakes
waffles
are like dense and heavy.
We make our own waffle mix. Well, I say we. Corey makes the waffle mix here.
Well, waffles are lighter because you press it in with the thing.
Yes, right. That is why.
There's not as much in it. I'm telling you, they use the same mix a lot of places. Same thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I'm going out to order, I'm never ordering a waffle or a pancake. I'm ordering French toast.
I go omelets if I'm going out.
Oh, eggs are also so much better than pancakes.
I love omelets.
I just like eggs in general.
You like
Roy
raw
just looks
eggs?
disgusted.
Raw eggs? No, I don't like raw eggs.
Well, you said you like them in general.
Yeah.
Yes, I do like eggs in general, but I don't like every egg. So
you don't like them in general?
Zach, let's move on.
Okay, I only have one more take. Paul George will be great in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I mean he's been playing good. He just had one bad year.
Pandemic.
A couple bad years in the playoffs, but yeah, he's gonna be great. He's got something to prove.
Yeah, he's been proving it this season.
Exactly. I mean, he always plays well in the regular season, but he used to be very good in the playoffs too when he was at Indiana.
Mm.
So that's why I think he's going to pop off this year in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, those are my takes.
Gang.
Fair.
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to talk about, because he just popped up on my Twitter feed, is we talked about him being at the event, but Snoop Dogg was at the Ben Askren event, Ben Askren Jake Paul event, and Snoop Dogg stood up after Jake knocked him out, yelled a slur, and said, "Give me my money," because he bet on this. He bet $2 million, and there's some legality issues there. He owns stake in the company. He can't be betting on that fight.
I don't think he placed the bet with. I think he placed it with Dana White. I thought
the bet with Dana was with
Jake.
Jake.
Snoop said he gave some money to his friends to place the bet for
him illegally. He said this on air.
Yeah.
So that's a big yikes.
He could be in some legal issues
I mean,
for that, for sure.
There's some proof that the fight was rigged.
Yeah, well, honest. Roy, I want my money back. Okay, so let's move on to entertainment and stuff. I have two topics, but one thing I wanted to discuss that I just saw on my Twitter feed. Here it is. Zack Snyder originally wanted to call Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice something a little bit more poetic, like Son of Sun and Night of Night.
What?
It's a terrible idea.
Zack Snyder originally wanted to call Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
All right, I heard you the first time. I didn't mean repeat it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea.
Like Son of Sun and Night of Night. Thank God Zack Snyder's universe didn't get extended.
No, I think it would have been good. But I just think like there's a reason why there's checks and balances with creative sometimes.
Yes.
Like they hate the marketers and stuff like that. Oh, they want to change my movie, blah blah blah. Well, sometimes you have bad ideas. No one would watch that.
No.
I mean, and Batman v Superman was awful already. You didn't need to throw in a worse name.
I didn't think Batman vs Superman was that bad. I think the whole Martha thing people like blew out of proportion. Like,
don't kill me! Our moms have the same name.
Well, I mean, it's realistic to say like tell Martha. He doesn't know her name. He's like, oh, tell Martha I love her. Like, whoa, why Martha? Like, I mean, that's a realistic reaction.
Imagine it's just a mom joke.
Yeah, imagine it.
Yeah, I'm banging your mom. Superman just lays her eyes right through Batman's head.
Well, he had the kryptonite, so he couldn't.
Yeah, I know. I've actually only seen that once, and I don't remember much of it, but I do remember not liking it while I was in the theaters.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people go into movies like hearing that it's bad, and then just deciding it's bad before they watch it.
Yeah, I don't think I heard it was bad when I went into it, but that is a fair statement. Like it does.
Yeah, I heard it was
Martha
awful
thing got
and then watched it
out of like proportion, and I was like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. Like,
I saw it on release day, so I didn't have any reviews to hear. honestly, I feel as though had you given Snyder his own, had you given Affleck his own movie before that as Batman, I feel as though it would have been a little better received. You also would have been able to work out the kinks with the movies, because you know what the audience liked and didn't like. But that was their first go at it, and it clearly didn't work out.
Well, they had movies before that, but yeah, they did rush the universe a bit.
Yeah, sorry, that was their first go at it with Batman. He wasn't in anything before.
I mean, that was the thing with like everybody though, like the Flash and Cyborg, is that they didn't have a movie before, so it was really weird in the
Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah, they rushed it. I think their idea was that like they didn't want to do origin stories for everyone, because like everyone knows like Batman. You don't need a 9th Batman origin story. You don't need like.
Yeah.
But then it was like you have to give them something. Like give them some kind of movie. It doesn't have to be an origin story, but give them something.
So while we're on the topic of this, and thank you, Roy, for bringing up the Flash movie was officially announced today. I mean, again, for like the fourth time. But it was confirmed that what was his name? He was Batman. Fuck, why can't I remember this? One of the Batmans is coming back.
Keaton?
Keaton. And he's gonna come back in the Flash movie. Roy, we were actually just talking about this, which is funny. But yeah, he is going to come back in the Flash movie. And like Zach said, I believe on the podcast a couple weeks ago, that's how they're going to get the new Batman movie into the DCEU.
And then they restart the whole thing?
Right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
But here, like, do you guys have more faith for Robert Pattinson's Batman than you did for Ben Affleck's?
Ben Affleck's was good.
I feel yeah.
One of the few things about the movies was that was well received was Ben Affleck's interpretation of Batman.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything past or Batman v Superman. I didn't watch Justice League. So I don't know other than Batman v Superman. Didn't mind him in Batman v Superman. I felt as though I enjoyed him more than I enjoyed Superman.
Henry Cavill's a good Superman too, I think.
I don't think he did a bad job. I just didn't like him. I didn't like Man of Steel either. So
Man of Steel was goated.
Yeah, I know a lot of people did like it. Was Aquaman in Justice League? Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And he was the only one that actually had an origin story going. Him and Wonder Woman, I guess, had an origin story going into it.
Superman.
Yeah, but we already knew that from Batman v Superman.
And Man of Steel. Yeah.
But is they're continuing the Aquaman series, correct? Like 2's still coming out, right?
Mm-hmm. So I think Amber Heard just posted like a teaser for it or something.
Yeah. Lovely person to sponsor your movie. But are they eventually going to work towards like a Cyborg movie? I know nothing about Cyborg.
They've been in talks with it for a while.
Yep.
I'm hoping they do, because Cyborg's a really cool character that I think a lot of people don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
I know that he has beef with Warner Brothers right now, and like justifiable.
Yeah.
Because Warner Brothers is doing an awful job with a lot of things, a lot of abuse problems and stuff like that. So
yeah,
hopefully they get one made and he can star in it. But yeah,
that'd be good. I really hope, like, I don't watch the DCU and I clearly enjoy the MCU, but I really do hope the DCU does well. I do like some of the actors in it. I really like Jason Momoa, who is Aquaman. And I hope Robert Pattinson blows it out of the water. I'm excited for that movie. Again, like Zach said, there doesn't need to be another Batman origin film, and as of right now, I don't know if it's an origin film. I don't think they've confirmed it.
I don't think it is.
Another question, though, for you, Zach, because you probably know more. Is the Suicide Squad, like the second one, is that a part of the EU?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Because Harley crosses over at some point, doesn't she?
Yeah, a lot of it is the same cast. A lot of it is different.
Yeah.
Like, I think James Gunn just was like,
give me my cast, but actually let me do the movie right for once.
yeah. A lot of people want the original director's cut now because apparently they destroyed his movie. Like,
yeah, because
they completely changed it.
Yeah, they removed like 146 scenes of Leto.
Yeah, well, I think they just changed a bunch of, like, they completely changed the story and stuff too. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, hopefully it does well. I will be watching the new Batman. I think it's something about Batman where you're always just drawn to those movies. Like, no matter they're good or bad, even the old Batmans, they're still funny to watch. They're not good, but
some of them are. The Keaton ones are good.
I'm trying to think of who the villains were.
Jack Nicklaus as the Joker.
Whichever one Arnold was in as Mr.
Batman.
Freeze.
That's the Batman and Robin one. That's George Clooney, I think.
Horrendous movie. Horrendously bad movie.
Yeah, that's a terrible movie.
But yeah, do you have topics, Zach?
I do. I have some. We can stay with the DC thing. That's Joe Manganiello, who plays Deathstroke, kind of, in the DCU. He's been in like half a scene. He wants a Deathstroke TV show on HBO Max.
That'd be dope. I like Deathstroke. Deathstroke was my favorite character to play in Injustice.
He is a pretty cool character, which I don't think a lot of people know about. I mean, Roy, you watched Arrow, right?
Yeah. He was the one in the yeah. He was cool.
Yeah.
Wait, is this who we were talking about the other day?
Yes, the guy that you saw in White Collar. He's married to Sofia Vergara. Yeah.
And he's in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. He's kind of like a side character in like everything.
Yeah, I find him to be a very good actor, though. I like him.
Yeah, he's solid. I mean, he looked good as Deathstroke in like the couple scenes, 1 or 2 scenes that he's in. And I mean, like, I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be the main villain in Ben Affleck's Batman movie that he was writing.
Yeah.
Before he quit. So, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I would like to watch that. So
they should just leave it to the CW.
Oh my god.
Goated superhero shows.
For 2 seasons. Give them 2 seasons and they knock it out of the park.
Yeah. Hey, Supergirl was good.
Supergirl was good.
You're just sexist, Tanner.
I actually like the first few episodes of Supergirl, and then I saw one photo of just a horrendous CGI from it. I don't remember who it was.
Martian Manhunter?
Yeah, it might have been Martian Manhunter, and it was so funny.
Because they could only afford like him. He never went as Martian Manhunter too, because I could only afford to CGI for like 1 episode. So you get like 1 episode of him like that, like per season.
So I have 2 more topics, so we'll bounce back and forth. Next one is the greatest meme of all time has now reached the most viewed video on YouTube. Never Gonna Give You Up, Rick Astley is the most viewed video on YouTube.
Really?
It passed Baby Shark?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter a few days ago, so I made sure. On April 19th.
Jeez.
You sure you didn't get Rickrolled?
I might have. There was no link.
You've been Rickrolled.
Have I actually?
It is not the most viewed.
Where did I see this?
It's not even close.
Tanner gets Rickrolled live.
That's crazy.
It is.
Tanner got Rickrolled so hard it affected him days later.
It is about 8 billion views off.
Oh my god!
Just a little under, like 7 point.
I feel like we would have heard more about it
billion
if it did happen.
I saw it on Twitter and it had like 100,000 likes.
Yeah, you got Rickrolled.
And you and 100,000 people.
I wonder if I liked it. Okay, we can go on to the next topic because I'm sad.
Okay, well, 39% of Americans say Netflix has the best original content of all the streaming services. Do you guys agree?
Original content?
Well, what I don't get is their original content is also on TV.
Zach and I have had arguments about this before for very long periods of time.
they have licensing agreements in some areas, so they're like they get to call it an original, and like for example, Peaky Blinders, because they're the only ones that get to release it in Canada. Like they get to call it original content.
Oh,
yeah. So they have like a licensing agreement, kind of. But I think it just means like they're originals, like not like the stuff.
Yeah, so Riverdale wouldn't be an original, but On My Block would be.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, they got Drive to Survive, so
They have a lot of good stuff. They have a lot of good
I
stuff.
don't know, man, though. Disney Plus is fire.
Disney Plus has a couple really good ones, a couple bad ones, and they don't have very many. I think that's the thing. Is Netflix has so much original content.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think this is going to be big too, because now everyone's making their own streaming services, so no one's going to have other people's streaming stuff. Like they're all going to have to rely on their original content. So whoever has the best original content is probably going to. I mean, I think Netflix is always going to be on top because no one's going to cancel their Netflix subscriptions. But yeah, I don't know. I would say Disney Plus is probably the best right now, but Netflix has some good stuff. Netflix has some really good stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think I've watched too much of Netflix's stuff. Their original stuff.
On My Block, highly recommended. Very good show.
Yeah. I mean, the Haunting of Hill House stuff, Haunting of Bly Manor is very good too. If you want to watch that stuff, I mean, they've got a lot of good
you just watched Horror Story, so you like those.
American Horror Story, yeah, that's really.
Oh
good.
yeah, you would really like the Haunting of Bly Manor and Haunting of Hill House as well. They're both very good.
No, that's crazy. I think, yeah. I mean, is Money Heist theirs?
They might. It might be like a Spanish show that they have licensed here.
Narcos. Narcos was huge.
Narcos is really good.
That. I mean, Stranger Things. They have Stranger Things.
True.
They got House
now that
of Cards.
I think about it,
yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Like they've got a lot of.
I'm sure you give Disney a year or two.
And they come out with something like they've got Bridgerton. That was like the biggest show in the world for like a month. I mean, they come out with something huge like every other month. Yeah, I mean, they've got those reality shows too now.
The Circle. Apparently, it's really good. It's just like a Netflix version of Big Brother, but I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's like they try and catfish people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's like you can either be yourself or someone else, and like you have to be like the most popular person. Like I don't think they actually interact with each other at all, except for
intriguing.
Which is kind of cool, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, that is dope. So I'm gonna talk about I don't know if you have this as one, Zach. You might have seen it. I saw it on Screen Rant and Twitter. Days Gone video game. Creative director and writer John Garvin said that if you love and want a sequel of a video game, you should buy it at full fucking price. That was his direct quote. Full fucking price. And what he's saying, this is
how am I supposed to know if I like it or not?
I'm
not going to buy it at full price first.
That's what someone else said. But there are a lot of interesting things about this because they're trying to promote a sequel, and he's saying, well, maybe if you bought it at full price, we'd have enough money to do a sequel. First of all, maybe if your game was that good, you'd have enough for a sequel. Second of all, no one's going to buy it, like Zach said, without playing it first. So unless you got an established name behind you, like The Last of Us, like Call of Duty, like FIFA, you're not getting bought on launch day unless you have 100% reviews from every reviewer, or you've been hyped up for the last 3 years.
Yeah, unless you have like a big company behind you, like EA or something that's promoting it or whatever.
So I think it's an absurd statement to make, especially as someone making video games. Like, I get your passion in the work, but you can't tell people to buy it at full fucking price and think that's gonna go over well.
And if it goes on sale, it goes on sale. Like, you put it on sale, bro. Exactly. I bought it on
sale. There's probably people who can barely afford a console who have one, and B, want to play your game but can't afford to pay for it. Who cares if they don't buy it at full price? Or who cares if they pay the $15 for a month of a video game streaming service and beat it there? Your game's still getting played. It's just going to incentivize them to buy the next one. Like, I don't get where he's coming from anger-wise.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I gotta play that game.
Days Gone?
Yeah, it was free.
Oh, did you? Maybe that's why you're so mad.
It was
I
free.
haven't played it.
It was free in the PlayStation Plus collection when you got the
PS5.
PS5.
So it's still free.
And
yeah.
it's this month's free game for PS4.
That's so funny. No, I have not played.
They're releasing a new zombies game. It's like an open world zombies survivor
That'd
game.
be dope.
It looks kind of eh.
Okay,
It doesn't
fair.
have like incredible reviews. It has like average reviews.
I think it has a cult following.
Yeah.
So is what it is.
It is what it is.
Did you guys see this? That researchers are studying to see if Apple Watch can predict or detect illnesses, including COVID-19.
I mean, it would be cool if it could, but like,
I'm not gonna trust my Apple Watch.
Right? I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
like how
give
would
it.
that work?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I get it if it's like for like heart stuff because it monitors your heart rate and stuff. But if it's for like the flu or something, and my watch is like, you have the flu, I'm gonna be like, I feel fine.
Right?
Like, I don't know. I'm gonna go ask a doctor.
Yeah, that's fair. I have Screen Rant open. I don't think either of you are Lord of the Rings fans.
No.
No.
Amazon was working on A, show, and B, an MMO game, and they just canceled their MMO game.
I was gonna say if the game was good, I'd probably get it, but I ain't gonna watch the show.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War, and I really like Lord of the Rings games, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
The Hobbits are some of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oof.
I've never seen them. I've only
They
seen the
just
first
walk.
movie.
They walk for 2 movies. That's it. They walk for a whole movie, and then the end, it's like, oh, there's a dragon there, and the movie ends.
Benedict Cumberbatch,
Oh,
but in dragon form.
sure.
No, he just plays the dragon. So
Sure.
no, okay. I am done for mine though. I don't know if you have.
I have a couple. They're not that interesting though. Facebook is reportedly 100% renewable energy and is net zero on all their emissions.
Yeah, but does that prevent my my information from being shared?
I mean, maybe if you had better passwords, you'd
okay, Mister, I got hacked
you'd
today.
be able to get into
Okay,
Facebook.
Mister, I got hacked today.
My EA Play got my
You still
EA.
got hacked.
I don't have anything on there. I made it for a free FIFA pack.
Maybe they can give me my account back now. Then.
Yeah, maybe you could just get good.
Well, checking live on the podcast, they still have not given me my account back. And they tell me every day that it's going to be disabled after one more day.
Oof.
But
just disable it. They should just disable
it.
Right?
Bad Bunny announced a concert at WrestleMania and it sold out almost immediately. That's crazy. Good for Bad Bunny. I just saw that.
Bad Baby?
No, Bad Bunny. Bad Baby's too busy making millions off old perverts on OnlyFans.
Yeah. That was. I don't even want to talk about how weird that was, bro. Like, oh my god.
Right? Well, my favorite thing about
waiting for this underage girl to become legal. Like, come on.
One of my favorite things about that is someone tweeted, "Hey, you guys realize she released this right on her 18th birthday? So the photos of her, she's still 17."
It was 14 days after.
That's just what I don't know. How do you know? That's more so what I want to know.
No, I read the article on it.
Oh,
true. That's fair. The article.
On Twitter.
That's fair.
This is kind of interesting. Apple is being accused of profiting off of illegal gambling by allowing illegal gambling apps in the App Store and profiting off of the commission from the app purchases.
Okay, so my wonder there is, do they mean illegal gambling sites as in not at all regulated, or do they mean things like FanDuel, where...
I think they mean things that aren't regulated.
Okay, because FanDuel isn't like their sportsbook isn't legal in every state, so maybe people found a workaround of that and are using their apps, and Apple's still making commission off that. But yeah, that's crazy if Apple's providing illegal gambling sites. And I mean, technically speaking, PokerStars is illegal across the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what they're counting, then I don't really care. But if it's just some like loser in his basement who made a gambling app and people are they're taking profit off of it.
Hey man, I don't think it's some loser in his basement.
Yeah, good on the loser in his basement.
Yeah, he's obviously no loser. He's making
right.
bank.
Yeah, securing profit.
I mean, it probably does count like all illegal stuff, so even FanDuel, stuff like that, where it's not legalized. But
yeah, that's fair.
I only have one other thing.
Okay.
It's kind of boring. Google Earth has added a time lapse feature where we can rewind the clock back up to 37 years.
Oh yeah, they
So
have
you can go back in time.
They haven't done a while ago. We watched it the other day. It is pretty cool. Like it's crazy. So the way it works, if you didn't read about it, is not every area has that available, and the areas that do have certain segments. So it's all when Google took the pictures on your street. So like my old street has like 2004 to now because it has that many photos. But we were going down like unknown street and it literally only had 2017 and now. So it all depends on when Google took the photos of your area. So if you're in if you're in a small area, you're not using that feature, at least on your own area.
That's tough.
Still pretty cool.
Still pretty cool. Yeah, we're that much closer to time travel. Now
exactly.
it has nothing to do with that.
Now it does. Because pretty soon you'll be able to get transferred into your computer. You hop on there and go back in time there. Hop out your computer at that time in your computer, and it'll be that time.
Okay, here's my question.
We're turning into the Legends of Tomorrow.
Do you come out of wherever your computer was at that time? So like I'm living at my sister's right now. If I went through my computer, it came out 30 years ago. Am I still coming out right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that could cause problems.
You can be buried underground.
No. This was still a house. But like you're intruding on someone's house at that point. Because my sister didn't live here. My sister was 6.
Be smart about it.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
I mean, if there's anyone around, you're kind of fucked.
And
bring a gun. No.
I don't just mean for that. Like you're gonna just show up. There's 6-year-old Zach running around. Oh, hi, 6-year-old Zach. It's me, 22-year-old Zach. I can't explain
Bitcoin.
Invest in Bitcoin.
Bang, there you go.
Actually, right now it's invest in Safe Moon, which is popping.
Well, if you went back to when I was 6 and told me to invest in Bitcoin, I'd make bank.
That is fair. Roy, do you have anything big to talk about?
Do you have your NBA fact?
Ooh, you want me to get one?
Yes.
I had one saved somewhere. I don't know if I have it anymore though. Pretty sure I've said most of my ones I had saved. Okay, here's something. The 76ers used to take Allen Iverson's jersey so he wouldn't play in games when he was hurt. So they had to take his jersey and hide it.
I saw that. Apparently one day he had to almost fight, they almost had to fight the whole team and him because the whole team was trying to stop him. And he eventually found his jersey and managed to play.
Yeah, respect to push him through.
They would also hide his shoes so he had to get like
He wore a
some
security guard.
assistant to
Yeah.
get some.
He also wore security guard shoes. Asked him what size he was, said, "Go get me your runners," and played in them.
I mean, like, couldn't the coach just like say you're not playing, and like leave him off the list?
I mean,
because can't you like not play if you're scratched?
Yeah, but I'm sure like you need a reason to scratch AI, and B, I'm sure there's something in his contract that would let him out. But I don't know with AI. AI seemed to take a lot of flack in the league, so
he didn't get the respect he deserved.
Do you think if he wins a championship or two, he's considered one of the greats? I'm pretty sure we all had him in our top 25 lists. But
if AI is 6'7", he's the GOAT, but he wasn't. So.
You think so?
Yeah. Everyone should just be glad he wasn't 6'7".
That's fair.
If I was 6'7", I'd be in the NBA.
Roy has mentioned that multiple times.
Me too.
I got a wet jump shot.
Tanner's ankles know it's true.
My ankles have never been broken.
Just a lie.
Did you make the shot?
I did.
No, you didn't. Zach, I'll admit you broke my ankles when Solomon admits he drank my pops.
Oh, okay. That's never happened. So
yeah, exactly. So I hope you guys enjoyed as Zach was attempting to wrap up there. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys check out Speakle's channel. Always producing bangers. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.